It's Henry, Emotion Blowers! How's everybody doing? Yes, we're working on a 2-stroke weed whacker today, which I dread, but it must be done. Can't have something not working in my garage. Everything's gotta work. Oh, you guys remember that video that I just showed you the other day on the Troy-built tractor that I got for free? Free! That's right, free. You remember what I did to the front left tire? It was cracked and dry rotted like crazy. We tried some fix-a-flat, didn't really work because it didn't go in. And then I put ATF in it. It's been a whole day. I'll show you. Huh? Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Always works. Well, not always. Slow leaks, yes. I was surprised that that actually worked because the leak was pretty substantial. Anyway, that's awesome. I'm still going to probably change it, but whatever. Anyway, as you guys remember, this is a Ryobi 25cc weed whacker. I got it with another home light weed whacker and a pressure washer across the street from my neighbor as I was walking boba. Pick those up. That was my content for the next 3-4 episodes. But here we're gonna go ahead and fix this Ryobi. So what's wrong with this Ryobi? We saw that the fuel lines were okay, right? They were pliable, but when you push down on the primer bulb, nothing was sucking up, right? So the carburetor's probably all gooked up, whatever, and it's just not sucking up any fuel. It's not picking up any fuel from the gas tank after I put gas, 2-stroke gas mix into the gas tank. It just wouldn't suck anything up. So I figured I'm going to contact my friends over at hypastore.com. So they sent me another carburetor. It looks exactly like the one that I used for the home light, because when you look at the description of this carburetor, it says home light Ryobi. So it's like a similar or identical carburetor. I'm not 100% sure it's going to fit, but I told them which model that I had and they did some research on it. This kit, it's like $12, $15, something like that. Comes with extra fuel lines, thin and thicker, 2 different types. Filter, spark plug, fuel filter, extra primer bulb, gasket, and the carburetor itself. It looks exactly like the home light one that I did just recently. You guys saw that home light weed whacker replacement? It's exactly this one. That home light runs well. I listed it for 50 bucks, still nobody asked me, not one person. So really easy. We're just gonna replace the carburetor. See what happens. Let's see how easy or hard it is for us to do this. Okay, try to get out of the sun so that you can see clearly. That's why I do this stuff outdoors, guys. Lighting is incredible. So here we go. We have the air filter cover with this air filter in it. It's okay. And it's got 2 Torx bolts in there that go all the way through. Fits. Yep, I just stripped it like an asshole. Please work. Yes! It turned. Remove the fuel lines. See, they're okay. Outer to the closer to me, okay? That's how you remember. Ooh. Inner to the bottom. Now, a lot of people I see on these forums ask, how do you know which one's which? Well, use your brain, man. Push this down, and you see when you push, fuel pops out there. So that's the return line. Obviously, the other one is the pickup line. Use your brain. Asking questions like that, just try, man. All right, now look at this. This is the throttle cable, right? So it is on the third hole from the right. Let's just remember that. If you forget, right, and you just don't know, you can inspect the holes and you can tell that which hole has more wear. Like you can look around the area and you can tell that a hole has been used most. These other holes haven't been used. These other holes are for adjustments. Like if over the years your throttle cable stretches a little, you can put it further to the right so that it has the full motion of the throttle. That's what it's for. Anyway, let's compare the two carbies. So it's different from this one. It has these things. This is basically when you put it to choke, it stays there. And then when you throttle, it unhooks, whatever. Not really necessary, but yeah. So, I mean, it ought to fit. They look almost identical. Identical. That's how easy it is. As you can see, there's a gasket here. See if it matches. The other one didn't match. The home light, I mean. And look. Same thing. The little tiny hole on top does not match up. So half of that hole is being blocked. That's no good. So I'm going to have to make this hole bigger.
That's what she said.
I'm just going to do a little bit here. Or even better, just go like that. There we go. Holes matched up perfectly, right? And as you can see, the small hole there is completely opened. So Hipa watches this. They're going to do quality control next time and drill that gasket out perfectly. Easy to do. So now we're just going to replug this. Oh, look, there's only one hole there, so you can't make a mistake, right? Put that on there. Remember, we did the inner on the bottom. Well, look, you can just press this and see if it pushes air out. It does, see? So you know that's the return. This is the pickup. Here's the return. Put the base with the bolts through. Put the gasket over it. Super easy, man. Anybody, your grandmother, your 6-year-old daughter can do this, okay? Anybody can do it. It's easy, as long as you have Torx bits and Hipa parts. Remember, guys, you can go to hypastore.com and use the code Henry for 5% off. If you ask me, they should give you, from the amount of Hipa videos that I've done over the years, they should give my viewers more than 5%. 5% is nothing. But then again, prices of carburetors are not expensive. Very cheap. So that's nice and tight, right? Let's try the throttle. There you go. See, like I said, you can put this to choke and it grips because those two things on the bottom. Then when you click, it takes it off of choke automatically. Now let's prime it. Before, the reason why we changed this is because it wasn't priming. You could push this all day long and nothing would suck up. So let's see. It's got fuel in it. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It is sucking fuel up. Yeah, pretty full. Pretty good. Which means you got the hoses right. It sucks. And the excess fuel that goes throughout the circuits of the carburetor goes through the return line back into the tank again. That's great. All right, we'll put it to choke. Give her a couple of pulls. It has a momentary spring-loaded switch. It's always on until you momentarily push it off. Works great. Idles well too. So there's no stringer in here. There's no string. And I believe this is the kind that it's an easy feed. You just stick your length all the way through and twist. Before I take it all apart, I'm going to try that. Just take a length, decent length of trimmer string. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6, 7 feet. I think I have 8 feet here. And I think we have to line it up. And usually you just stick it, and if it goes all the way through, it is the easy trim kind, the easy feed. There it is, see? Goes all the way through. You line up this with the hole. See that? Just line it up. Pull it halfway. Close enough. And then you twist it in the direction it tells you. Rotate that way. So it's clockwise. Push in. This thing works better than the home lights. So how about that, huh? We changed the stringer trim on the reel and a brand new carburetor from hypastore.com. Go check them out. Remember to use the code Henry, 5% off. What did that take? If I wasn't filming, like 10 minutes to fix the whole thing, this thing runs great. I'm sure you guys would agree. There's no throttle or fuel adjustment needed. It revs really high when you want it to. Good responsiveness, and that clutch on there works perfectly. This is for a Ryobi, I know they've been around for a while, but it is considered a cheap brand. But you know, you get what you pay for, but this one seems really good. Maybe I'll keep it. No, I'm not gonna keep it. I've got like 8. It's also this like $75 because it runs really well. I have the Ryobi, the home light listed for $50. I did see the neighbor recently, the one that threw these out, and I says, hey, I fixed them. He's like, I'll buy them back from you. And I'm like, well, he's my neighbor, so I'll probably, if he wants them both back, maybe $100 for both, right? I mean, including my labor and the parts and the string and primer bulbs, fuel lines. I did change the fuel lines and the fuel filter on that one. 2 for $100. It's a pretty good deal, huh? We'll see if he wants it back. Next up on his collection of stuff that I picked up is the pressure washer. I'm just waiting for it to get warmer so I can turn on my water pipes so I can test it if I fix it. That should be just the carburetor clean. Should be. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this really quick Hipa parts carburetor replacement, and we put some new string in there. Runs great. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to see more small engine content like this one. Now, I'm not done for today because I am going to go in the backyard and pick up my motor scooter that has fallen on its side for the entire winter. I used some of the panels to make my new shed, and so now it's being exposed by the elements. So I gotta pick it up, put a battery in it, see if it starts after sitting on its side for a whole year. Well, a whole winter. oil moving to the side, maybe draining out, gas, I don't know. It's just an I don't know. It's a big question mark. I'm sorry. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this one. If you want to continue to see some more content, follow me to the backyard. My God, what a catastrophe. It's dripping from in there. Why is that? It should be sealed. Anyway, check it out. Trashed. It's no good. No good. Got a battery here. It's got some fuel in it. But I do have a fuel shutoff too, see? Which I put in. Let's install the battery real quick. All right, battery's in. I'm gonna turn on the fuel shutoff to on so that whatever fuel is in there is trickling. Brakes. This one, the front ones are good. The rears are squishy. The brake fluid have come out. Got another battery. This is the auxiliary battery from his 2019 Jeep Cherokee. It's like the starter is caught and it's not turning. It could be hydrolocked. That's probably it. When you have it on its side for so long, it oil drips into the piston area and now it's hydrolocked. So I'd have to take the spark plug out and crank it, get the oil out. That's the problem, I think. I don't really feel like doing that now. So I was right. It is hydrolocked from oil being on its side for the whole winter. This spark plug was a pain to get out because it's at like an angle and they have this little access area for the spark plug, but the angle is so bad you got to kind of contort the fairing backwards just to get a good grip on it. And I couldn't for the life of me find a right spark plug socket for this, so I had to try all different kinds. It was a pain in the ass. Still don't have one that fits exactly, but as soon as I remove the spark plug, there's a ton of oil dripping out the bottom. So definitely the chamber is filled with oil. Check it out. See that? So I'm just gonna crank it and see it just splatter all over. This is gonna be messy. I better sit on it. Sit on it, Ralph. Are you ready? Ooh! Oh, son of a bitch. Clean it out a little bit. Shoot some carb spray into the hole. Alright, that was a complete nightmare. Spark plug socket is somewhere underneath the fairing. I can't find it. Put the spark plug back in and let's see what happens. Wow! Gonna burn off some of that oil. Okay, we don't have to take off any fairings to put oil in. There it is right there. It's right next to the muffler and it's really hot.
Don't burn yourself, Henry.
Oh, shut up. Got a little bit of this 10W30 racing oil. I know this probably takes 5W30, but it doesn't make much of a difference. Some SAE 30 plus from a lawnmower. It's a summer machine. It'll be good enough. But fire's up. I think I'm going to run a little bit longer because there's still smoke coming out. Yeah, it's been running for about 5-10 minutes. Seems to be running really well. I adjusted the idle. Let's go around the block real quick. runs really well. Now, why can't they make quads with this system? Yes, this also does have a CDI, but this has never given me any problems. Hi, Pam. He'll eventually go home. Alright, I'm not trying this one-handed. Just look at this garage. Can't even walk in it. There's somebody that might want the quad, so I can get rid of that. And then once I finish the Troy build, we'll have more room. I gotta find one of these things. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Fixing a Ryobi weed whacker runs great with just a Hipa parts carburetor. And then digging the old motor scooter out of the collapsed shed. Had to take the spark plug out, which was a trick in itself, to get it from hydrolock because it was filled with oil being on its side for the entire winter. I'm glad that was it, because if it wasn't it, I didn't want to tear this whole thing apart, try to get it running again. And it ran great. Went around the block, filled it up with oil. We're good to go on the scooter. It just needs a little bit of cosmetic repair. But these things break all the time on these Chinese scooters, you know what I mean? No big deal. I just ride it around for fun anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a couple of things out of the way, which is a relief. Really feels good, but the condition of my garage is in complete disarray once again. And it'll remain so for the remainder of the summer, I'm sure. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.